day. The year has ended. So if you're not bringing money, we're not doing what? We're not going to school. Meanwhile, as that is happening, there are schools. We have passed midterm of the third term of the year. There are schools who have not yet gotten capitation. I'm just telling you. It's in the headline. In terms of other scams, 26.7 million shillings. There's a scam probe. Cricket Kenya, the guys who play that game with the bat, then they throw the ball. Then the game is called a test. There can be a 1-day test or 3-day test. Then they come together, they play like that. They said that some 26.7 million shillings are to party. So they're saying the board can collapse because of things like this. That's what's going on. I'm just telling you what the headlines are saying. It's like a story. It's a movie. And while you are still there, let's go to health. In another headline on the 6th page of the Standard, patients 1-year pain scandals and unpaid claims. You make a claim, and this is according to the Social Health Authority issue. Patients, it's been tough for health. It's been tough. Meanwhile, another man that has been tough for, their collective father, City used to say, I can say that, Waitito, to remain behind bars in committee after third bid for bail flops. Wanted to get on bail. I'll tell you that story. Anti-corruption court said, no. We are waiting for the hearing on your appeal. Cool your heels here first. Babayao, it seems like until that hearing comes, which is scheduled for some time in the future, we're not going to be talking about you being outside.
Yeah.
All right, so those are some of the things that we're looking at. We'll look into some of these stories in details as we go ahead, but that's what Standard kind of looks like today.
So the Daily Nation today has a story on milking taxpayers dry. What are we talking about? A scandal. Kenyans will foot a bill of at least 17 billion shillings in awards to contractors that are bankrupt, marred in corruption allegations, or struggling under the weight of long overdue debt. Disclosures by the National Treasury for the 2025-2026 financial year indicate now some of the firms lining up for the windfall had bribed Kenyan officials to secure the deals. Now we have 136 newborns dead amid Kiambu doctors' strike. Remember that strike that we've said it's getting into its 4th month? Well, at least 136 newborns have died in Kiambu County hospitals since the start of the doctors' strike, now in its 127th day. The deaths have been recorded at Kiambu and Thika Level 5 hospitals, according to data by the Doctors' Union. So when you talk about these strikes and unavailability of services, this is exactly what we mean. 136 dead.
136 babies dead in 4 months.
4 months.
Good Lord in heaven.
Yes. And still push and pull, yet citizens continue to suffer. What value do we put on human life?
But are they linking the deaths of these babies to unavailability of medical staff?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Now, Trump has told Kenyans, we are not in the business of protecting your country. You guys need to handle your stuff. We are not in the business of coming to Kenya or Somalia and giving you guys what? Security. We shall do that inward. We shall think about the American public, not Kenyans and Somali.
Wait. So Trump is saying we're on our own, eh?
Yeah, you're on your own.
Well, to some degree. I think I support him. Because the over-reliance on American aid for the longest time, including military support, has put us on a
it's a dependency sentiment.
You go to the cost. So if then he's saying that the Americans will protect the American interests, why do we keep protecting their interests?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why do we host them and protect them? The port, they are there.
Yeah, Lamu,
they
find
are there.
them walking
Why
around.
do we care then?
Yeah.
And you think that they're here because they want to protect Kenya?
Nope.
They're here for they want to be in Djibouti because it's next to the sea. They want to be in Lamu because they need also that wide cast eye. They want to be in parts of Kenya. It's not for Kenya. It's for them.
For them.
Let me tell you guys, there's an embassy in Gigiri. I will not mention that embassy. But this is what I was told. When they were setting up the embassy that is near the American embassy, there was a stream of people of a certain origin in this republic that was streaming there, getting visas to go to that country. The Americans went and told that embassy, look, if you're going to stay around us, you better move this business of these people coming to queue here for visas. You'd rather move this business elsewhere. They dictated that this embassy I'm referring to was forced to have a different office elsewhere where the origin of these people will go to, not there. They don't want to see that group of people, that business around there.
And I think even that specific place you're talking about even closed down, if I'm not wrong, because anytime you're around there, it's like dead. Nothing happens there. So
you can't build like a T6 10-story building around there.
No, you cannot.
No, you can't. Yeah.
So tujenge au wajipange.
Yeah. You know, but I think as well, it's a question of it's about time we woke up and decided these are our priorities. We will look inward as well and protect our own. Kila mtu ajipange ama.
The bell rang a long time ago, man. I don't even understand.
And you remember that girl who put up the feedback mechanism during the finance bill?
Yeah.
You're talking about Njeri, 35-year-old software developer from Nairobi, has been named in the Time 100 Next 2025 list. She created a tool for public feedback on the draconian taxes. We said it on this show. These are people who are supposed to be taken in and the intelligence used for good purpose. But instead, tutuwashika na kuwapeleka wapi? Jela. Now, parents' agony as girl dies after allegedly being hit by a teacher. Alex Tunje had high hopes for his firstborn daughter, Ernestine Tunje, and an aspiring athlete. However, his hopes were dashed when the grade 8 learner died last Thursday after she was allegedly assaulted by her teacher.
What kind of assault is that has led to
She
death?
was hit on the head by the teacher, and the incident happened at Gongoni Primary School, 500 meters from her home in Tunju, Kilifi County. It is alleged that she was hit on the head by her teacher after failing to answer a question.
So you see, these are I can't. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So still on matters education, school heads are urging the government to release school funding, because if they do not, school might just have to end early because they can't keep on having.
Oh, I can guarantee that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I can guarantee you that we're seeing that this term is supposed to end on the 23rd of October. They're going to sit their final exams in another 2 weeks or so. As they write the last paper, they'll be told go home because we cannot keep you here to continue feeding you. It's going to happen.
Yes. And then we have a very important agency in the country, and this is the police. And police recruitment is starting soon, but bribery claims arise ahead of hiring by police and military. Then you ask yourself why this agency turns out being the most corrupt in the country. It all begins on how did they get in? Did I corrupt myself in? Lazima nirudishe hiyo pesa.
Exactly.
Dio?
Well, the Star headline, Ogamba order JSS teachers to remain under primary heads. CS says Ruto team proposal cannot be easily overturned. And then revealed ESCC an ending battle against forged academic papers. So a new report has revealed the serious extent to which individuals holding fake academic credentials have continued to infiltrate the public service despite increased surveillance by authorities. The report details how the silent fraud is being perpetrated in the corridors of power, including within the country's most critical institutions. The schemes uncovered are varied. MPs are probing how the government spent 607 million on feasibility and consultancy services for construction of stadiums. That story you're talking about, that did not actually start. So the stadiums are to be built in Nairobi, Mombasa, and Eldoret. The project was to cost taxpayer 42 billion. In documents tabled in Parliament by Sports Kenya, the government abandoned the projects and instead concentrated on rehabilitating regional stadia. Yes.
Okay.
Then there's a picture there of Agnes Kabarika, who's assisting a voter to register. The registration officially began at Kenya Railway Station, Nairobi, yesterday, but they're saying the turnout was underwhelming. Poor Gen Z turnout greets IBC voter registration. This is a story that's of a serious concern. Yeah. So poor turnout. Gen Z hawaendi kuchukua register.
Yeah.
According to the statistics, they're saying here, that the expectation was, okay, we're going to have some good numbers. So IBC on Monday started continuous voter registration. Even as early signs point to dismal turnout as Gen Zs give the exercise a wide berth. Now, a spot check by The Star at various registration centers revealed clerks were left idle for hours over the past 3 days as only a few people turned up to register. The electoral agency is targeting 6.3 million new voters before the 2027 general election, majority being Gen Z. Now, 10% of the target is to be realized in the ongoing exercise. IBC officials acknowledged the low numbers that have been witnessed, but remained optimistic that the turnout would pick up once intensified civic education campaigns begin. So, this is going to be day what? Day 4.
This is day 4. No, they started Monday, Nath.
Yeah, they started Monday.
Yeah, this is day 4.
This is day 4.
Yeah.
So the last 3 days, Gen Z are waiting to register. Their numbers are very, very much underwhelming. So go out there and register. Okay, President, did you know the SK show imerudi?
Yeah.
I think I have to go.
I want to go.
I will have to go.
You know what I want to go see?
Yes.
Those miniature chickens that are full grown. The little chickens.
Yeah.
It's like this size.
Yes.
But it's a full grown chicken. And it's very busy.
Little chicken.
Everywhere. But it's full grown. That's what I want to go see.
I think I'll find time and just go.
You know,
it used to be fun when we were kids, huh?
You know the way we have little person? Little chicken.
That's what I want.
So, President Ruto yesterday opened the Nairobi International Trade Fair Jamhuri grounds in Nairobi, with the climax being the competitive livestock auction. So, at the auction, champion bulls and goats were paraded before eager bidders, with President Ruto and Al Faraz meat experts emerging as the top buyers of the day. Guess what? Hey, kuna ng'ombe inaitwa, it's the supreme champion Boran bull, weighing 720 kilos. President alinunua
Almost a ton.
Wait.
Shinga.
Wait. Let's start with, first of all, 720 kilos. How does it walk on its own legs or it's carried?
I'm seeing the picture here. It's big.
The president bought it.
Yes, at 700,000.
Only?
Okay. So a
Hiyo ni
kg,
kidogo ama ni mingi?
so a kg 1,000, Bob.
Yeah. He bought it for 700K.
Yeah.
Shika. Twende.
Kwani nini?
How much usually are those cows that they normally buy for?
That guy was empowered, eh?
The cow or the guy who owned the cow?
The guy owned the cow.
Sakaja alinunua ingine ya 655 kilos at 500,000.
Sorry, boss.
Sakaja kuna shamba.
Wewe.
Send huko, my friend. My friend.
But I mean, Sakaja would do that and just dish in a county that is enough meal for kids.
You think they are going to buy the cow and do why slaughter?
That's a dish for county.
Hapana.
So I'm giving suggestions.
Dish in account ni 30 bob.
Okay.
Hakuna nyama. Sorry.
Okay, so setback for KWS as court slams brakes on new park entry fees. So introduction of new entry fees into national parks, reserves and sanctuaries by KWS has been dealt a blow after the High Court temporarily stopped it. This is after the Kenya Tourist Federation, KTF, moved to court to challenge the decision to implement the new rates with a 48-hour notice amid industry concerns that the move will affect bookings and expose players to cancellations, disputes and reputational damage. So koti imesema no increase. Wachanini na hiyo maneno yenu. So we go back to, it's an interesting story here. It's my last story here. This writer has actually, so political big names falling over each other, donating millions to give Dalmas Otieno a befitting send-off. So they're talking about a time when auctioneers actually, Dalmas was carrying a lot of weight, and there was a time when creditors were trying to auction a lot of his properties, but suddenly he's passed, and the dead carry more meaning, it seems, than the living. And in death, the big name friends and even not so friendly have been falling over each other to donate millions. So when Otieno battled to fend off the auctioneers, awakukua, but now suddenly, in a widely circulated list online, the who is who of Kenya's political establishment gave away millions, led predictably by President William Ruto, who handed out 3 million.
Okay.
Then Raila gave 2 million.
Okay.
Deputy President Kithure Kindiki makes a credible 500,000 handout to show up his boss's gifts. The list of 200 plus donors, a clear demonstration that politicians are truly birds of the same feather. They flock together. Governors, MPs, friends who account themselves as Otieno's friends, wote walienda wakipeana pesa. Nyang'nyongo akapeana 350,000, Mbadi akapeana 1 million, Moses Wetangula akapeana 500,000, Interior PS Raymond Omolo 200,000, Migori Governor, former Migori Governor Obado 100,000, Migori Governor Ochilo Ayako 600,000. Hey, in total 20 million has been collected. 20 millions. Yes.
Amenda.
And when he was alive, when auctioneers were knocking on his door,
didn't help him.
They were not there. But suddenly everybody is trying to fall over each other. Who's going? Nani atatoa?
We respect the dead.
Where?
Yes.
Not the living.
That's a lot of money. Okay.
Hapo kwa sasa.
So people are asking which schools are these that have not received the capitation. So we know that this usually is the thing. That there's some schools that haven't. Or if they have, they've received a little part of third term capitation, remembering that there was a balance from first term. So when capitation is paid in the third term, what do? Do you apply it to first and second term, what was left over? Because then you probably find yourself, or do you backdate, or do you say, okay, fine, this is for this term, and we still have a balance, and then what's going to happen the next term? But let me tell you something. That money that's extra, by the time it comes to the end of the school year, it never comes. It never comes. And like we said, schools are going to go home. Schools are going to close probably early because they're going to send students home. Why keep running costs if you've not received the money? Just 3 weeks to the end of the third term, it's now emerging that primary and junior secondary schools are yet to receive government funding. School heads are now pleading with the Ministry of Education to release at least half of the capitation. Can you imagine? They're begging, okay, please, Sawa, give us half. Jeez, man. The Kenya Primary School Heads Association says the institutions are reeling from a lack of funds that has stalled operations. Currently, all school heads are operating in debt. It's a very serious situation and needs to be addressed urgently. It's according to Fuad Ali, the chairperson of the Kenya Primary School Heads Association. The ministry had earlier explained that the delay was to allow for a cleanup of the enrollment data, a move it said would help save significant amounts of money. Remember, they were looking for ghost schools and students. They said the reason why they've not sent this money out is because they're cleaning up the system. Remember, there are 3 weeks left in this term. According to Education Principal Secretary, no, he's not the Principal Secretary. He is the Cabinet Secretary. Please, this is a mistake here. The verification exercise is the reason behind the delayed disbursement of capitation to schools. And once we ascertain the numbers, the first schools to be verified will immediately get their funding. So the question is, if this happens after students have gone home, will you actually take care of that in November and December? However, the verification exercise initially scheduled to take 2 weeks has now been extended to 6 weeks. I mean, it's not that hard. You should be able to be into the system and say, Dennis Okari Primary School, does it exist? Yes. It has 50 students. Yes. Tick, go. Aseto Mixed Boarding has. Yes. No. Move. It shouldn't take that long because it's in the system. That's why these things are digitized and systemized. You have it there. You should be able to verify because then you're sending me your information. I should be able to look into the system for which you have a code. Then we play them against each other and say, does it match? It matches. Boom. And you actually don't have to do it yourself. Ding dong. Yeah. You actually just need to feed it into the system and it comes through. That's all you need to do.
And you see,
shouldn't take 6 weeks.
And even the greatest part about it is every student is always in the system because whenever the assessments are done, it is taken back to the system. So you're able to even see Okari is here, Okari was not here.
That's why you have a NEMIS number.
Exactly.
The way you have, okay, now it's chemist. Now with your chemist number, each school also has a code. You see, like now when children were doing KCPE, you have the student NEMIS number, and when you're trying to find out results, you have to put in the school's code. Everybody has one. So you can see it in the system. So this long talk that we are verifying and extenuating and all those other things, it's a waste of time.
We're just stalling.
We're stalling. That's the truth.
I'm just thinking, why not publish? I'm just trying to think. Okay, so before you even release these funds, in the spirit of transparency, if let's say we're talking about where we did our constituencies, Embakasi, I think, yeah, it's Embakasi.
Yes.
So you say Embakasi whatever East or Embakasi whatever. These are the schools listed. do these schools exist? People will know. Hey, Shule, just Seto Primary School. It doesn't exist. Then you list the name of the schools plus the amounts that they are actually receiving. Make it transparent and very open.
Make it public.
So that if then there is a school that people will say, there is no school like that exists.
Kenyans will tell you.
It will help.
Yeah.
If in the system they're having trouble finding and figuring out. But we know it's not that they don't know. They know.
That's what I'm telling you with not so many words. Yeah. Why are we pretending that we are going through some exercise here? What tomfoolery is this? That we are going through some exercise to establish who is the... Come on. You are the one who sends the money.
Mm-hmm.
You mean to tell me that every time you send money, there's no verification that's being done? You go today, put an invoice in any office. What do they do?
Exactly.
They verify and say, okay, did you actually provide this service? Did you bring the goods? Yes. Did somebody receive? Then we move. You want to tell me that you've been paying ghost schools and ghost students for years, and then it is in 2025 that you want to verify?
But then you're talking about ghost schools and ghost students, yet the very same agent is the one that registers these schools. So everything starts from you moving forward.
My darling,
we know.
How do you put a school in the system with a number? It has been allocated a number. Who does that?
Yes.
See, it's the ministry.
Exactly.
The ministry is the one that owns the platform.
Yeah.
So who in the ministry is allowing this number with a code in the platform? Then you want to tell us the school, now you send us your information. Come on,
then you can verify.
Then we verify if it's actually there. In the back end, who allowed these ghost schools, ghost students into the system through which you are paid? I don't know if am I losing my mind?
No.
You're being logical.
Yep.
Sure.
But you're speaking to very illogical people.
Yeah.
On purpose. They don't want the system to work.
Simple.
They don't want the system to work. You remember when Matiang'i took over the education ministry?
Yeah.
What did he was fighting people inside who didn't want certain things to be implemented.
Yep.
And when he said, okay, we want to know how many school buses do we have in our schools?
Yes.
Then we want to go into this painting exercise. We have to identify school buses from matatus and the normal buses.
Yeah.
Who are the people who are fighting?
Same people.
Yes. And he had to push it and force it. Mpaka wa leo, we still see those things. It takes somebody at the helm of a ministry to make those kind of very hard decisions.
And shake. Absolutely.
Clean the register. Let's start afresh.
Yeah. I think it needs someone with deep roots.
There you go. Because this is it's ludicrous.
Yeah.
I don't understand. And then now we are saying that we're in the end of the term and students and schools will not get capitation because they are still verifying. Or they want to cover their tracks to ensure that the names of those people don't come out in the open.
Guys, the conversation we had here yesterday on Spice Baraza will tell you how the situation is in this country.
For sure.
Yeah.
Up on the Tuko at 7 a.m.
This is the Situation Room, the only way to start your day.